יחד לב אל לב נפתח ונראה צאו שבשמיים. יחד לב אל לב נפתח בתקווה לאהבה.
I was born and raised in San Francisco. I grew up in the Richmond district. I was bat mitzvahed at 12. Right before, 2 months before Israel became a state, 1948, which I always think is kind of significant. I was dedicating myself to the Jewish community, and it was happening in Israel as well. The excitement came through my parents, and they always bought Israel bonds, and that's where I started. And then I became chair of women's division for Israel bonds in Northern California, Northwest. So we went from that to doing things that I never could believe that I would be doing. Then it's a real, significant part of our lives. I met Len at a sorority event. They had invited some fraternities, and Len saw me coming down the stairs into the living room where everybody was having the party, and he wanted to know who that was, and he wanted to be introduced. So that's how we met, and that was, as we first started Berkeley, we were married 3.5 years later. Len graduated and got married in 1957, and then we went back to Virginia, and were there for 2 years when Len was a lieutenant in the Army, and came back and settled back, and we knew we'd come back to Bay Area, so we found Moraga. So we have lived here ever since, for now going on 58 years.
Wow.
And we have 4 children, 4 great children, and 8 wonderful grandchildren. I'm very proud of all of them. I've been to Israel 14 times. We started, our first one was in 1974. And that was a leadership mission right after the Yom Kippur War. It was one of the first trips to Israel after the war. And that was so significant for us because we were so excited about going. It was like a 5 or 7 day trip. And so we never slept. But we started in the morning. We were so excited to be there. Len just said, we're going to go right out on Dizengoff Street after we got to the hotel. And they took us everywhere. We went to the Army bases, way up in, it was cold, it was winter time. And we went to see the soldiers, and we went to the hospitals. It was very sad to see them, but we visited with them. So it was a great indoctrination to Israel. We went to Israel when we drove from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem along a 2-lane road where the goats were coming along the side. So it's changed a lot. But that was our first trip, and little did we know that like 39 years later, we would be leading that East Bay community trip in 2013. So it brought us to that. But the other trips were, Federation started us. It was really started with the Federation trips, which was wonderful. The best way to learn about Israel is to go to Israel. And we have the privilege of being part of those groups. What we've done, it was great that we've done it, but the children have gone, all 4 of our children went on confirmation trips to Israel. So they started out at 16, they were all in Israel. And now the grandchildren, we have 1 left that hasn't gone yet, and he can't wait to go. He's 16. But they've all gone and either gone for a trip, or they've gone for school. We have a granddaughter in medical school in Israel, and they've all been part of Israel. It's a big part of their lives. And I think because the grandchildren are doing it, the children live in your home, they do what you do, but the grandchildren have picked this up, and that is a great thing for us. And they all do things in the Jewish community, and they love it. So it's part of their lives too.
Amazing. And
we hope it'll continue on, though the door of a door will be on and on. Federation, from the time we became involved, which was, we were in our 30s, it's the umbrella for the community. It supports the community in all facets, and especially Israel. I was very surprised when Claudia asked me, and I was just really overwhelmed by it. And I thought, the first thing I thought it was Len, that he would be the co-honoree as well. And then I said yes, and I was very proud. And I'm very thankful that you are giving me this honor, or us, and to be the honoree for this, because Israel's meant so much to us.
יחד לב אל לב נפתח ונראה צאו שבשמיים. יחד לב אל לב נפתח בתקווה לאהבה.